child. He was not supposed to even exist. But it was just by miracle, because the Bible says God has shut the mother's womb. And because God has shut the mother's womb, the mother couldn't give birth. And God just blessed the mother and opened the mother's womb when Hannah went before God at Shiloh and began to pray and ask God to give her, bless her with a son. And God blessed Samuel and blessed her with Samuel. So Samuel, knowing that he was a miracle child, he was a miracle baby, he knew that God did not bring him on earth for nothing. He was not a miracle child for nothing, but he was a miracle child on an assignment for a purpose, for something to do. That is why God opened the mother's womb at that time for Samuel to come on earth here. Samuel understood that he was a peculiar person. God had allowed him to come for a reason, for a purpose. And so Samuel gave his all to God. He didn't withhold anything, but he served the Lord with everything he had. A lot of us, God has done so much for us, but we quickly forget. We are not grateful enough to remember that there was a time we were dying and it took the hand of God to bring us back to life. We have forgotten, and instead of us to serve the Lord with all our heart, we serve the Lord half-heart. We serve the Lord anyhow. We don't put God first because we have forgotten that we should have been dead and buried by now. But it is because of the grace of God, that is why we are alive. Do we remember to serve God and to give God all our heart? Someone, even as a boy, he knew, he understood the purpose. God has preserved your life, and God has saved you from that accident. God has saved you from that trouble for a reason, for a purpose. It was not just to save you, for you to come and sit and do nothing. If God has delivered us, he has delivered us for a reason. If God has done something for us, let us remember that it is by his grace, it is by his goodness, it is by his mercy that we are where we are today. For some of us, we look at our background and you ask yourself, how did I get here? How was I able to get here? Because you look at your colleagues where they are. You look at people you started life with, and you look at some of them, they are nowhere to be found. You look at some of them, where they are so miserable. But you look at your life and see where God has brought you. And you should just understand that it is not just by chance. It is not because you are so good, you are so smart, but it is the doing of the Lord. And God has done that. He did that so that you will do something. He did that so that you will accomplish the purpose and the assignment that he has for you. But a lot of us, we come to that point and we just forget about the goodness of God. We just forget about how God has brought us far. We just forget about what God has done for us. And all we are doing is busy seeking to gratify our own needs and our own desires. We forget that it is the hand of God. We forget that it is the favor of God. We forget that it is the doing of the Lord. We forget that it is the mercies of God. It is not because of anything we have done. And someone, even as a boy, he knew that so well. He knew that. How committed are we to the things of God? Looking at where we are coming from, looking at how far God has brought us, looking at how God has saved us, looking at how God has protected us. Today you hear things that are happening in the world and you ask yourself,